Hey, Dr. Karen Can here, and I thought I would do a little micro training today about traveling with phototherapy patches. Now, the phototherapy patches are pretty hardy, actually. They actually withstand quite a bit of electromagnetic radiation and also heat. So, in other words, they're fine, if they're in a hot mailbox, things like that. Of course, I like to take care of my patches as best as I can to minimize the amount of time they are spent in really, really super hot weather and or when I'm traveling, when I'm going through x-rays at the airport or things like that. Now, they don't get damaged necessarily at the x-rays in the airport. However, being who I am, I like to protect them anyway, and the packages themselves are pretty good. So if you don't know what they look like, I'll just show you. The packages are very small and easily packable. You do not want to put these, however, near your body because your body heat can start to activate them and you'll waste them that way because they have about a 12-hour lifespan each. So here I've got I've got this mega package of ice waves because it was on sale over Black Friday. So I was just giving you an example of if you had a lot of patches, what you can do. So in the past, and don't laugh, okay, because I didn't know these other things existed. But in the past, what I would do is diligently take out my foil, my aluminum foil, the kind that you put over turkey over Christmas. And I would cut out a nice big sheet and I would wrap all my patches, and usually it's a bigger stack than that when I'm traveling, wrap all my patches in the foil. And of course, by the time I open and close, and would close over multiple, days and hotel rooms and, various flights, it would get pretty ratty by the time I got home. And I also put them in my carry-on luggage because I wanted them close by in case my bigger luggage got lost somewhere. So yeah, that would be me. So I was very, very picky about how my patches were stored. However, I talked to David and he says, oh, you don't have to worry about that. But I definitely, carry a backpack really close to my body. So didn't want, them to be activated close to my body, which is why I put the foil to reflect the heat. So the other day I was on Amazon and actually found these little babies. They're called Faraday cage packages. And they come in different sizes. And I actually was looking for something for my phone, and I had something fancier called Silent Pocket, but it was kind of bulky, and it's great for the phone, but not so great for the patches because I just couldn't fit more than one package in there, right? And so what it does is it completely blocks electromagnetic radiation. So you can put the patches next to, a 5G tower if you want, and they don't get damaged or affected. So this is almost like super, super thick foil. I know that, sorry, the video isn't working that well here right now at the moment, but they're pretty thick. And in terms of compared to foil, but they're thin compared to, you know, uh, a box or wrapping them up in some cushy thing that has a whole bunch of um, what do they call that? Not styrofoam, stuffing, right? LifeWave did give me a fancy bag to put them in, and it's wonderful because it's got the label LifeWave and everything like that. It was part of a gift. I really like it. People keep asking, "Where'd you get that? Where'd you get that?" And I'm like, I got it as a gift, I got it for winning something. So I don't even know if they sell that stuff. So this is a really great option. So you can get that on Amazon and other stores. This one is called Faraday Defense. And I just put that link in the chat, and I think it's on the description as well. So you can go ahead and take a look at the comments to look at the chat. That's the Amazon link for this particular one. Now I got several sizes because in the event of some sort of EMP pulse, those of you that are, preppers know what that is. If you have your phone and your laptop and things inside one of these, it will not get damaged from that attack or the pulse. Anyway, so a lot of people have that kind of thing. Also, it's really good for privacy. So if you don't want, for whatever reason, don't want everybody in the whole world, the government to know where you are, you can always put your phone in one of these and they can't tell where you are. Okay. Anyway, so I'm just going to demonstrate. So this one is actually big enough for an iPad. bad. Okay. There are ones that are big enough for the phone, but I usually carry a whole bunch of patches with me when I travel. So you can literally put all of them, in the bag like this, zip it up, and they are completely protected from any electromagnetic radiation. Like I said, David said it's not really necessary to do that, but me being who I am and very particular, I like to know that, my body heat's not going to affect them, as well as my cell phone or any other electronics I have in my backpack that may be turned on by accident or whatever. And that's a great way to travel. And it's thick enough that it's not going to be punctured easily, but it's thin enough that it's easy to slip into, tote bags and, backpacks and whatever. And it's not going to take up too much room. So I think that, yeah, I think that it's a great solution. So check it out, see if it works for you as well as it does for me. Just thought I'd share this little tip because people always asking me, how do I transport these? And I was showing them a little credit card RFID blocking, case. These cases tend to break all the time. And you can only put a few patches in where the credit card slots are. You know what I'm talking about? I have another video on that. But in this case, this is, carries the whole 30-day or the 30 patch supply and multiple of these packages. So it's really helpful if you are, going on a trip for 2 weeks or something like that. You want to get all your patches together, or if you're, going somewhere and you're giving a presentation and you want to bring a whole bunch of packages of patches to sell or something like that. This could be super handy if you are out and about, got your backpack, your rolly bag, and you're not taking a car with a humongous, box or something like that. So I hope this is helpful. I'm just going to check in to see if there's any questions. I know this is kind of an ad hoc, you know, micro training. Somebody was asking about, let me see here. Samples. I think the company is coming up with a sampling system. I'm not really sure if when that's going to be rolled out. One of the reasons we do not sample the patches, well, we did previously sample the patches. This is forever ago. And the company, kept track of, who got the ice wave or energy or enhancer or whatever it was. And what they found was that people do not value things that they get for free. So oftentimes they would not use them or lose them or use, they just wouldn't take them seriously. So the company, I think, gave up on that. However, there are a few leaders in our company who have had a great success gifting patches to the right person. And the right person in their case that has gone really well and it's worked for them is someone who is a business builder. So someone who is looking for a business opportunity, is already familiar with network marketing and or has done it in the past, or already has a business, and they just want to see how easy it is to use and there's no side effects. They know there is a 30-day money back guarantee as a distributor and a 90-day money back guarantee for new customers. So there really is a risk free to try the patches. And because the X39 and the X49, which is formally launching in January, the stem cell enhancing patches, that's really to help your body repair itself. You may or may not have a symptom relief, although a lot of people do, right away. But, those kinds of patches you want to use for at least 30 to 90 days, right? Before you decide whether or not it's done anything for you. So the patches have seen a lot of research. 4.2 million has been spent on research, which is pretty amazing for a network marketing company. And it found that, literally within minutes of placing the patch near the body registers a change on equipment that you can actually document the change. So we know, the patches change the body right away, right away. However, the average person is not familiar with feeling how energy shifts in their body. We're so constantly focused on the outside world. Only people like myself and people that are empaths and very sensitive to energy may notice a shift right away. Like, for example, one of my friends broke her arm and was having pain and swelling after the cast came off. When she put the first set of patches on, she immediately could feel a difference. Not everybody's like that. although the ice wave patches for pain are fairly immediate. So we're looking for like within a few minutes, 50% less pain. So those you don't have to wait. But for X49, X39, which is our flagship product, it is recommended to use it for 90 days before you decide whether or not you like it or not. So giving away one patch or even three patches a person may not get a result right away. So that's the other downside of sampling that, because then the person expects that they're supposed to feel something different in 1 to 3 days where they may not. For example, one of the people on my team, Anna, she actually showed me some of her lab data and also shared with me some of the data from her CAT scans, is that her kidney function had been in the very low, and she's not old. Okay, so she's a young person to me, and she had what we would in medicine call chronic renal failure. Okay, so or at least a certain degree of chronic renal failure. After using the patches, you could actually see the kidney function going up and up and up, and definitely, that X39 was like, woo, so now it's normal. Now, did she notice anything? Like, did she feel anything different with X39? Honestly, she didn't. She didn't, not for the first 6 months. Now, of course, she had chronic stuff. I myself, for the first 3 months, now I'd been using patches for a very long time. So I add the X39. I didn't really feel that there was anything wrong with me at that point, but, adding it in, and I was like, okay, I don't know if I feel anything. What I did notice, but I had to really pay attention, was the amount of strength and endurance I had when I did really heavy like exercise. Like I did, for example, in my Kung Fu test, I did 800 squats in a row. Yes, that was on the test. Yeah, and so everyone's like almost passing out here, but I'm like, okay, I can keep going. I can keep going. And you think, oh my God, you're gonna be so sore the next day. No soreness. It's like, wow, okay, something is happening, right? So that's one of the reasons that we don't sample that much, because unless you have the right person, somebody who's a business builder, somebody who can see the potential, looks at the data, looks at the the how it works, everything like that, and sees the opportunity, that's a different story. But for the average person who you're trying to get symptom free, it's best for them to buy a 30 to 60 day. Also, they also have skin in the game, and that's important, because I can't tell you how many, oh gosh, I don't even want to know how many dollars I wasted. Um, how many times I've given away patches to someone who I think needs them, okay, and made the mistake of not patching them right then and there, okay, and I ask about them later. I don't know what I did with them. I lost them, and I even like in front of me, they're like, "Oh, I promise, I'm gonna wear them. This is gonna be so great. Thank you so much." Right? And then I follow up with them like, "Oh, I forgot all about them. Oh shoot, where did I put them?" Right? So now I say, this stuff is valuable. It's changed my life. And here's the thing, is that there is as a distributor, 30-day money back guarantee, as a customer, a 90-day money back guarantee. It's risk-free. So try it out, and I will be here to guide you. Right? And that way they have skin in the game. They put some money out. So now they value it, and then they use it. Right. And even, I haven't had honestly great success with giving patches away for, I think I bought, I gave away, I can't remember how many days. I don't think it was that long. Yeah. This one guy I met, I was, at an event, different event, and, met with someone who was a really, really good friend of one of my downline distributors. This guy knows everybody. Right. And he's a business guy, and, I mean, he had everything that you would think. He likes hell. The guy spends $5,000 on a coach every month, like a wellness coach, right? The perfect person you would think, right? So I said, here's the thing. I'll gift you these three. I want to hear back from you. I'm going to text you, and you're going to let me know how you feel. Did not patch him on that day. That's a big mistake. And guess what? He ghosted me. Yep, ghosted me. Never emailed me back, never texted me back. And I was like, okay, note to self, Karen. Uh, gifting away patches is not your thing. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, so if you're looking for free patches as a sample from me, probably not best to get it from me because I don't have great success in doing that sort of thing. And here's the thing, and that is not good for the other person because they don't get the benefit, right? If whatever reason it doesn't work out for me, they don't get the benefit of the patches. I want them to get the benefit of the patches. So if they're looking for a free sample, go ahead and get it from somebody else. When I gift a sample, it's really a gift, meaning that I am not expecting to get any money back. I'm not expecting anybody to buy it or from me or even give me a freaking referral. Okay. So that means like family members and friends that are in acute need of pain relief or nausea relief or diarrhea relief or whatever, right? So I'd be like, here, patch you right now. So I patch them right then. They feel better. End of story, right? 99.9% of the time, never ask me again for the patches, even though there was just a miracle that just happened, right? That's a gift. And so as far as a business, this could be another micro training, right? We got into because of this question, but thank you. Yeah. So for business reasons, I do not have a great track record in training people to gift patches because I have not had that work out for me. Wasted a lot of money doing that early on. But if it works for you, keep doing what's working, right? Okay, awesome. Let's see. Let's see. How do you store the patches used once to reuse later? So, Linda, if you did not use all 12 hours worth of the patch, now remember, some people mistake. They think that if they take half the sticker backing off, only half the patch is working. No, the whole patch is working. It lasts 12 hours. Some people 15 hours. And if it's against your body for that time, it's done. Throw it in the garbage. Now, if say you're a sensitive person or you're using it on a child or something like that, and you don't want to waste the whole patch because you only want it on for 5 hours or 2 hours or whatever, what you do is take half the sticker backing off, or my preference is to use medical tape, tape it on the body or clothing for however many hours or minutes you're using it, take it off, and then just go ahead and store it in a place that doesn't have a lot of heat or EMF, right? So if you want, you can stick it back in the package. So stick it back in the I've done that where I take a piece of tape and I'm doing demonstrations, right? So I'll have the tape on the back of the patches and I'll put it back in the package, right? So you can store them that way. And then but if you have them 12 hours against the body, I can't guarantee you they're still active. So you should throw them out. Okay. How do you tell the patch is still usable following 12 hours on, 12 hours off? I muscle test. And I'm very good at it. So if you are an expert at muscle testing and you can get your, opinion and attachments to whatever you think is the right answer away from you and can be really neutral, then you can test. The downside of testing for this is that if you happen to be a distributor, okay, if you're a customer, do whatever you want. If you're a distributor and you have a habit of muscle testing and you tell one of your team members, well, guess what? For me, it lasts 15 hours, right? Well, you know what? That team member is going to be like, oh, it must last 15 hours for me. Or if you go, well, they last 3 days for me. And that could be true. There are some people that, not me, but could be true, right? The other person goes, well, Dr. So-and-so said it's only 12 to 14 hours. And then the company says it's 12 hours and you're telling me 3 days. I'm so confused, right? So you, as a distributor, you never want to give inconsistent advice, ideally. And let me tell you, if you're a distributor and you're trying to finagle, to save money, that kind of thing, that kind of scarcity thinking, I'd be like, you know what, that's what you got to work on to get to be successful as a distributor. Now, if you're a customer, totally get it. You want to save some money, you want to last longer. If you're an expert muscle tester, you can go ahead and do that. Just do not tell other people to do it because it can be really, really confusing. And I made that mistake early on. So just being honest. And in the office, my patients were constantly, trying to save money. And so I would be like, okay, well, let's just check. Okay. So, but but I got to tell you, half the time they made mistakes. I had one little old lady who, went to the store with a patch on her head and somebody said, why do you have half a patch on your head? And she's like, well, I only want to, I only want to use it for half the time. And so I got told about that. And next time she came into the office, said, don't cut them. I can't guarantee you that they're working. If you cut them, there's water in there, you know? So if you have the patch next to your body for 12 hours, unless you are an expert muscle tester, just throw them out and use a new one. Okay, let me see here. Is there any other? Okay, that's a great question, Linda. Can you use the same spot over and over again on the body? A lot of people prefer not to overstimulate the same acupuncture point. So if you like that point, then just move it slightly up or slightly lower. So at least the skin can breathe. But there's tons of acupuncture points in the body, right? So I know the company can only recommend the ones they've done studies on because the FTC and FDA said that's all they could talk about. But I am here to tell you, as not corporate, that you can use them on any acupuncture point as long as you follow the rules of, the patches go on the center line or the right hand side for most patches, with the exception of the tan energy patch and the SP6, which goes on the left hand side or the center line. And if you're part of my team or customer, on my team, I do have a Principles of Patching 101 training program where we talk about all those different basic principles about the patches and things like that. So you can make your own patch protocols, which is super, super fun. Okay, any other questions? Okay, you are welcome, Linda. Thank you for your question. And Donald, thank you for your question. Yep. Okay. Yeah. So I hope that helps. And feel free to share this video, with that tip of, how to travel with your patches with a little Faraday cage bag here. I love these little guys. They're very sturdy. And if you're watching this on the replay and you aren't working with a LifeWave distributor, you can definitely go to my website, my team website, patchtrainingteam.com, and book an appointment either with one of my team members, or if you want to contact me, you can just let me know. There's a contact button on my website, karencan.com as well. We'll get you set up, and we have Q&As pretty much 4 times a month where people can get together and ask me questions about the patches. And it's super fun. And we do have some at this recording 2 Facebook groups as well. We have one for my team, and then we have one that's open for everyone that my colleague Anna Kadina actually manages, and that's at LW Phototherapy Support Group.com, LW Phototherapy Support Group. There we go, on Facebook. So you can join her Facebook group, and she and other people can help you. All right, guys, have a great night, great day, great afternoon, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.